Yo, you tuned in to Guerilla Cross Radio.
Hey, we are back today on this Wednesday. This Wednesday is popping because we got a great new desk.
Yo,
in the
I
studio,
don't listen,
and I'm loving it.
Long legs do matter.
Yes,
I don't
they
know
do.
if anybody else in the studio doesn't have any long legs. I know there's a couple guys that are my height, they're a little bit taller, but it has been a struggle for these legs of mine, and I have so much room right now.
Are they dangling?
They're dangling.
Oh,
I feel
welcome.
like I was sitting in these big chairs back when I was on vacation this weekend, and I feel like that. I feel like I'm sitting in this big chair.
I know.
Everything's fine.
I love it. Shout out to Quan. Shout out to Let the Ball Bounce.
Yes.
Gorilla Cross Radio.
Shout out to this handmade table.
Yeah, shout out to
I
him
wish we could
doing
just
this,
pan
making it happen.
down.
And we have little coasters. 'Cause you don't want to mess up the
Don't
wood.
screw it up, because I will tell you what happened.
I understand. What happened to you, though? What happened? What happened?
I will tell you that, and my dad is probably laughing at me right now from heaven, but the only time in my life that I ever got a spanking was when I spilled fingernail polish remover on his newly made and finished kitchen table that he made. Yeah, I was dead. Like, that was the only time in my life that I've ever had a spanking.
How old were you?
Middle school. I mean, I was probably 12,
Okay.
maybe. Like, not even, yeah. It was
Okay.
serious. So I know to watch my P's and Q's on this table.
Oh, yeah. And see, I own a wood coffee table, and I've grown up around a lot of wood, so I know that coaster rule is serious.
It's
Serious.
real serious.
It's a serious matter. It really is. It exists, you guys. Coasters and wood. Yes. They go
And
together.
we're like higher up to lights. I feel like the lighting is better. The cameras are at us.
I know. Like,
I
you
don't
can
know.
see me really well. Well, it's our episode 20.
Yeah, we're at 120.
We're at 120.
Mhm.
20th
That's
episode
crazy.
together.
Oh, it's kind of sorry. That was all in my mouth. The mic was all in.
I don't think that was too foreign for you.
Yeah,
though.
probably not. I mean,
I'm just kidding.
Mom,
I'm
you
gonna
didn't
keep it
hear
PG.
that. You
Yeah, I'm
didn't
just
hear that,
kidding.
Mom.
I'm just
You didn't
kidding.
hear
I'm
that,
talking about the mic bumping into you.
My bad.
That's what I'm talking
So
about.
we're on episode 20. Today we've got a great guest.
Yes, we do.
Give us a little
Mr.
intro on our guest.
Marquel Martin. If you're not familiar with who this guy is, for you ladies out there, he was one of Andy's favorites on The Bachelorette.
Mom, are you listening? Because
Yeah.
my mom will tell me to call her back because The Bachelor is on.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, was she watching The Bachelor and The Bachelorette?
Oh, both.
Okay,
Yes.
well, he was on The Bachelorette.
Okay.
He was actually pretty
Very high in it.
high in it, where they almost almost made him the Bachelor for the next season.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't get it, but he was a fan favorite.
Oh.
He's also a former UNLV grad.
Go Rebels,
So
right?
Rebels, he was a DB for the UNLV football team,
Wow.
and he was working for UFC out here locally before he moved to LA, and now he's with one of the top talent agencies in Los Angeles, Creative Artist Agency, CAA. Yep.
Well, and if anybody has any questions for him, and
Yes.
who he represents.
So he represents, he's on the combat side of that. So what that means is all the MMA, boxing, that kind of UFC. So right now he's actually representing Francis Ngannou,
Oh.
who just won.
Just
his
winner.
Right. He just won his
So
heavyweight
if
match.
anybody has any questions for Marcus and
Marquel.
Marquel, sorry. Wants to ask Marquel questions, either put it in the chat when we have him on the phone, or feel free to call us now, because once we have him on the phone, we can't take any calls.
Right. And so the number to call is 702-608-3259. That is the number, 702-608-3259. We'll probably get him on in the next few moments. But in the meantime, he's just all time. And you guys are going to love him. He's got the greatest personality, the biggest smile, biggest heart, literally. He has battled through that with some cardiomyopathy type of thing. Yeah. But he wills himself back. He keeps himself exercising, his body's fit. He's just a great all-time guy. Plus, I've known him personally because I met him when I left Nordstrom for a while to work at another company. So he was my replacement, if you will.
Aww.
So I met him there.
Uh-huh.
And then when I went back to Nordstrom is when he left to go to UFC and work for the marketing team over there.
Oh, wow.
And then he would shop with me. So not only was I his stylist, so if you saw how he was looking on those Bachelorette episodes, that's all me.
That's you?
That was me.
Oh,
he also was on. Yes, that was all me. So we've had a really good brother-sister relationship. Like, he's my bro. He's a good guy, and
he's a good-looking bro.
Yeah,
just saying.
That too.
I
that
did
too.
see some pictures. And,
yeah.
Not hard in the eyes by no means.
Oh, no.
I mean, let's keep it straight. We're a sports show, but we also are still women.
Yes.
That talk sports.
Right. Exactly.
And we can acknowledge.
Exactly.
Good armor too.
Oh yeah. And he's got those arms. Tell me about it.
You know my fixation with arms.
I know.
Saying.
God, Mel, I don't know if I can get him in the studio when he comes back into town, but
maybe you should do it when I'm not here.
No. We'll do it when you're here. You'll have to meet him.
Because he has to take part in the Vegas locals arms.
Oh yeah, we'll ask him. Yeah. We'll ask him when we call him. We'll ask him.
Oh, man.
So how was your trip? Because Mel is just now getting back to reality. She's been in Fantasyland, which is known as Fort Lauderdale.
Well, Florida Keys.
Oh, Florida Keys. That's even better.
Man. And shout out to my girl Gina. Today is her actual 40th birthday. Welcome to the 40-40 Club.
Oh my God. Pisces season is in effect. Shout out to my boy Cicero. Yes. It's his birthday officially today.
And my other girlfriend turned 40 the other. So everybody that I went, basically my college girlfriends. So
nice.
Been my friends for like 20 plus years. And we just had a great time. My girlfriend Cynthia came down with us. That was cool. I mean, it was just a great trip. Bucket list checked off. Do I think I'll go there again?
Was it a retirement community or what did it look like?
And then it was fun. Like, we had fun. But it wasn't like, I was like, okay, I've been there. Don't need to go back. Like, you know, if I went to Mount Rushmore, I don't think I'm going to keep on going back to Mount Rushmore. Like, it's something like to be able to drive down that huge highway and it's just in water. Like, that's crazy. Yep. But then it's kind of like, well, all right. If I come this far again, it's going to be in the Caribbean. I know that much. Not just to come here.
Well, you look nice and broad still.
I mean,
like
I got some sun. We went to a couple beaches. The beaches aren't like outstanding, but they're beautiful. The water's still beautiful. And we're still like in the middle of the ocean, so it's like beautiful water. Everything's nice.
Excuse me, you said sun.
Sun.
So what's that like? Because we haven't experienced sun lately.
Let me tell you, because when I got off this plane, I had like 3 jackets on and my hoodie. Shout out to Dirty Milk, because I've been rocking my poncho.
Yeah,
like
shout out to Dirty Milk. Dirty Milk, man. I got my hoodie in the mail. I can't wait to bust it for next week.
Bust it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I came back. I was able to catch some sports. We watched the All-Star weekend.
Oh yeah, that was good.
That was good. I got to watch my Huskies on Saturday. We'll also play again tonight.
Okay.
Versus Utah. We're still not in the top 25, but it's okay because we're going to make our way there to March Madness through the Pac-12 Championship and Conference.
Oh, good.
Here.
Good.
So I'm going to hopefully check that out too. But in the meantime.
You want to get into Vegas sports?
So here's the deal. Me and my girlfriends, and we did because first of all, East Coast.
Yeah.
The Golden Knights game was on until like 1:00 in the morning.
Yeah, because of the time difference.
And so she's crazy. Like, they're winning 5-1. I'm like, yeah, we won this. I'm just staying up because I'm a night out. And then come Monday, on the game on Monday,
they lost.
It's Quan's team when they lose. Shout out to our producer Quan. I don't know what happened.
Quan's fault that they're losing.
Man, listen, it's somebody's fault, and someone needs to get it fixed.
But we're scary because where we're ranked now, if we keep losing these games, and shout out to tonight's game because they play the Boston Bruins, who have not lost a game. They're on a 6-game winning streak
and they've
right
won
now.
8 out of 9.
Exactly.
That's insane. Plus, they're actually in a better division.
They are.
So it's kind of hard not to be a little intimidated by them.
And
I don't know.
How about I helped a couple of the players yesterday?
What?
3 of the Bruins hockey players.
Give us some info. What were they wearing?
So it was so funny because they're these tall guys, young, they look very attractive, and I just was like, kind of like they were trying on one bottle on like a nice little outer kind of windbreaker jacket, if you will. But I said, "Where are you guys visiting from?" They're in Boston. I said, "Oh, so you're happy those Patriots won?" I was like, "Yeah, of course, So I was like, "Well, what brings you into town?" And they were like, "Oh, we got a game tomorrow against the Knights." And I'm like, "Oh." Are you with the Bruins? They were like, yeah. And I was kind of like, good luck, but I don't really mean that because I want our team to win. They were like, oh, no, we understand. But they were really nice, very charming guys, just cool. And yeah, that was it. And then during All-Star break, I'm helping a gentleman. He swagged out in a jogging suit, looking, Yeah. I was like, oh, he got some flavor. He swagged out, looking at little shirts.
Then
shopping and stuff, and he's like, I'm here with my wife. I decided, he's like, I said, where are you from? He says, Minnesota. I was like, oh,
Did he say Minnesota?
He just said it Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
But he said it like a rap report type swag kind of thing. So he was like, do you like Minnesota? I was like, what's there to do in Minnesota? All you have is the Vikings and the Timberwolves. And he's like, oh, are you a Timberwolves fan? I was like, no, I'm a Lakers fan. But they were originally from Minnesota. Sure. He was like, oh, well, that's interesting. I said, well, why? He says, because I coach Minnesota Timberwolves. It was the interim head coach for the Minnesota
Timberwolves.
Interim head coach for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And I said, oh. I said, you're lying. He's like, no. And I believed him after I saw his face and Googled him. I was like, oh, yeah, that's him.
You're like, 1 second.
Yeah, that's him. Okay.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I said, oh, so I have this show. You know, you should come. He's like, no, you already dissed my team. I'm not doing anything with you.
Dang
I was like,
it, Mo.
no. He's like, I couldn't anyway if I wanted. I said, I know, I get it. But it was just a very interesting conversation. But he was a really cool guy. My prayer is that I hope he doesn't return anything. Because he was like, I have to see if my wife likes it. Oh. And I said, I'm sure she will. He was like, yeah, I think I did good. I said, well, you got good style, so you know.
Okay. Well, that's not
so that
bad.
was my weekend of work.
That's
and
a good
meeting
weekend.
some athletes here and there, which is cool.
That's always fun.
Yeah.
Well, it's because people don't realize, like, especially people like me from Seattle.
Yeah.
There's a Nordstrom's at every mall.
Right.
There's a Nordstrom's every block.
Right.
A huge one downtown, the flagship.
Right.
But in Vegas, there's one Nordstrom store.
Yeah, I'm sick of people asking me which one. Okay, there's only one.
There's only one.
And there's
two
two
rack
stores. They were
and
totally separate.
And there was only one rack up until about 3 years ago.
Yes.
So.
Yes. But it's the only one on the strip, so that's where everybody comes. It's like the heart center. And they famous.
You like it. You it.
Yeah. And they gravitate to me. Maybe
speaking of fashion, let's talk about this shirt you got on.
Shout out to Swift Life. And that's SWIF. Can't spell. I'm being dyslexic right now. But this is my record labels t-shirt.
Death Row and Rap A Lot and Cash Money and No Limit and Bad. So who's your favorite out of those?
Oh my God, that's a great question. I have to say,
I'm saying Bad Boy. That's me. Bad Boy, Rap A Lot.
Bad Boy and Death Row. I'm sorry. That was Snoop and Pac. I don't know. I got to go with the Death. I'm a West Coast girl. So it's between Death Row and Rap A Lot. I think the top two because of this. And don't get me wrong. No Limit took me there. Master P and all. Nah. They were, man. I don't know. It's a tough choice. But shout out to Swift Life. I'm wearing their t-shirt tonight.
That's awesome.
To my boy D. Riley and his crew. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much. The shirt's beautiful. I love it. And you can check out the shirts on swiftlife.com.
Plug that.
Yeah.
So if anybody is just tuning in, I know some people are popping in now. We do have Marquel Martin coming on as a guest later. So if anybody has any questions for him regarding the most recent UFC fight that was in Phoenix.
The 26-second fight.
The 26-second fight heard
heavyweight
around the world.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cain Velasquez and Francis Ngannou.
Yes. So he'll be here. We'll be able to talk a little bit with us about the fight and kind of UFC. Maybe we can ask him about that retirement that just took part.
Yes, that retirement announcement. So what do you think? UNC or Duke? Duke is favored by 9.5.
Okay,
Game's about to start. It started.
I know. I think UNC will cover.
You think they'll cover?
Yes.
They got a lot of people in the building for that.
President Obama is in the building.
Yes, he's in the building. Spike Lee is in the building. Like,
and
there's
those
people
tickets,
in the building.
I don't know if you saw, I posted this on Girl Checks. I was like, for $2,500, I want Zion feeding me popcorn for that much.
For $2,500, I need to be on the court, literally sitting there like a camera person.
I need to be on the bench handing out sweat towels.
And I need to go to the next games, the next 3 games for that price. Sitting in the same position, talking to Coach K in the huddle, looking at the plays. I mean, all of that.
I can't even believe. I was astonished. I was like, hang on, what? But they have a huge history, Duke and UNC. So
yeah,
I know there's already like a lot of stuff.
This is what, their 46th meetup? This is their 46th meetup, right?
Yeah. So over the past 45 meetings, when they've both been ranked in the top 10,
right?
It's like UNC has 22, Duke has 23.
Right. So they always had a 13 points.
And they always, and like it's 76.5 or 76.2 points per game. So it's like they're so even.
Right.
Just that, I think it's Zion. It's like that name. That name just makes everyone.
Well, that's the ticket. Was Zion. Not so much RJ Barrett, unfortunately, but it is Zion. Yeah. Everybody wants to see him because he's definitely going to go pro.
And they had this report about him today that he like gained 100 pounds in 2 years. Isn't that insane?
What's insane is the ticket prices. And what's also insane, and I shout out to T-Lex because he commented on our page about it, about how these ticket prices are so high, but then you can't give the players, they can't get any money off of this. They can't make any kind of...
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
I don't like that either. They can't get endorsements.
That's
they can't get
so
they
much
can't do
money,
anything.
and they can't.
Yeah,
they can't even go buy a nice
No.
meal for themselves. These kids are struggling, working their little food cards.
Right. But what's a nice meal when Clemson got McDonald's and Burger King?
That's not my president. Quan, that's your president.
Quan funded that
Quan,
presidential dinner,
he was
by the
like,
way.
here, fast. No, if it was pizza, we knew it was him.
Right.
They actually had Domino's Pizza there, too.
They did.
I don't know why they didn't say that.
Why didn't they shout out
I don't
Domino's?
know.
Because Domino's is bomb. I probably would have been excited
Because they wanted
to
to make it seem worse than it was.
It's just their garlic
Anytime you
sauce.
could give pizza out, it's a good deal.
Who
Well,
doesn't
that's
like
like
pizza?
a typical college thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I
So
think
UNL's
that's-
basketball team, how about they've been winning like 3 games in a row so far? And they won last night against Wyoming. I know you didn't.
I mean, for you to say they've won like 3 games in a row, I
Hey,
mean,
that's
it's
good
not
for
like,
them. I know it's not a big deal.
I
but
would say it
just-
was
it's
2
better.
games.
Yeah.
I don't know about 3.
Was it 2? Or
I think it
3?
was 2.
I don't know. I thought they just won.
I don't know.
Oh, I have
maybe.
to look into it. I thought it was 3.
I thought it was. I don't know. But yeah, I'm still not impressed. Although my ears peaked a little bit when I was reading some news about them talking about Rick Pitino possibly being the next UNLV coach if they should change ways from Marvin Mincy.
Okay. I mean, Rick Pitino.
Here's the deal. I think that
Hey.
name alone could
That's a draw.
bring some
That's a
draw
draw.
in some
That's a
fans.
draw. Absolutely.
'Cause right
Draw
now they
players
don't have
and
any.
fans.
Let me just say this much: that so the Lights played their second preseason game
Right, they
last
had-
weekend.
right.
They tied 2-2 to the Colorado FC.
Shout out to the fine guy that
Man.
plays for Colorado.
Oh, really? Get me that information.
I will.
but
He's
here's
so
the
cute.
deal: they had 5,000 and like 600 people attend that spring training soccer game. That's probably more than some UNLV basketball games.
Yeah, because you were citing about how
Isn't that crazy though?
It is crazy because you were even citing about how they for the UNLV game that was the biggest draw they had, and of course because it's
And that was like 9,000. It wasn't even reaching capacity.
well, we know UNC and Duke.
I'd
is
be
at
curious
capacity.
to know when the last time is that UNLV Thomas and Mack actually reached capacity for a UNLV game.
That's a good question.
Anybody
out
out there?
there live or want
Right.
to call in and give us that tidbit?
Because
of
I would really want to know
information?
that.
That would be really
Not just for
good.
like some, summer league or
Right.
some Laker Kings preseason game. I'm talking like UNLV basketball. When's the last time Thomas and Mack was sold out?
I need you to look up Tim Howard for the Colorado
Tim Howard.
Rapids that played the Lights. And the score was 2-2. So it ended 2-2, which I thought was weird. I was trying to look into that. Like,
Wait, Tim Howard?
Tim Howard.
The goalkeeper. So do you know that? Shout out to our friends at Vegas Sports Daily, Mike Dixon,
Mike Dixon,
Jose.
yes, shout out to them. Jose.
Well, no,
yes,
but also
that
because
was-
TJ Turkson, he actually
Yes.
did an interview with him, and so I did. He's all bearded.
Yes, he looks great. Was that their interview when he
Yeah.
stepped out of the
Well, they had
touchdown?
one. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
When he touched down in Vegas? Yeah, Tim Howard.
Yeah, I think they caught him at the game.
Oh, they caught him at the game
Yeah.
because there was an interview where he just got to Vegas and somebody had
Oh,
interviewed him, and that was
okay.
on Instagram for Lights. So somebody the Lights
Sure.
interviewed him,
Okay.
and they posted it, and I was like,
Well, yeah.
I'm gonna start following him.
So if you're out there, Tim.
Tim's taken, but he's very cute to look at.
Well, hey, we can always look. That's
Yeah,
not a
can
problem.
always look. Yeah.
So the Lights had 2 games. They were supposed to have
Right.
2 spring training
Right.
games. Well, I went online today. I was like, oh, hey, because I didn't really I was gone, catch who won.
Right.
But they were tied 2-2.
2-2.
Sounds like a great game. Something that came out really strong.
Mhm.
And they being tied, you still basically, it's not a loss. It's still not. So
No. Right.
undefeated kind of still
Right.
because they won the first one. But there's actually a third game they're going to have.
I know.
And it's, no,
The
next
second.
Saturday, the
Mhm.
second. It's still being a lot of sports right
But you know the condition of going to that game is you have to be a season ticket holder.
Isn't that
Exactly.
crazy?
It is.
I wonder how many season ticket
You have to be a
holders there
season
are.
ticket holder.
I'm
You have to be a
curious to
season ticket
know.
holder. Yep.
That's interesting. I
Mhm.
would definitely.
And it's a 1:00 game or 1:30.
It's 1:00.
1:00. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
At Cashman Field, so that'll be interesting. But plus, the Orange County SC is the U.S.L's Western Conference champion.
Yeah, so they're going to try to keep their championship when regular season starts, and regular season starts for the Lights on the 9th.
the
Yep.
following week.
Yep.
So it's cool they get to actually squeeze that extra game in. I think it'll be beneficial for them.
Oh
But
yeah, absolutely.
Shout out to Eric Winalda
I was about
and
to say that's
Winalda
Winalda. We
Wednesdays.
vibe off each other so much because I was just thinking the same thing. I was like, it's Eric Winalda. That's
Hashtag
who's
coaching by Winalda.
Coach up by Will. I need
Trying to
everybody
tell
to trend
you.
that one.
Trend that.
Maybe I need to start
Trend
trending that on Twitter. I'm starting to get my Twitter fingers back. I'm slowly tweeting stuff on a regular basis.
I don't even know what this picture is in here. There's
What?
a picture in the group chat. I don't know. It's like you have
What
to
is it?
click on it. It's like I don't know. It's like some random picture.
What?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. It was like underneath Guerilla. I don't know.
Okay.
Quan, maybe that's something you know about. It's like this guy in like looks like a Milwaukee Brewers hat. I don't know.
Wow.
The randomness is real.
The randomness is
So,
real.
yeah, the UNLV men's basketball, they won.
Yeah.
Congratulations. UNR, though, still
number one in
yes,
Mountain West.
and sixth.
Yeah, 6 in it. Yeah.
Pretty big deal.
So they both play San Diego State. So UNR plays San Diego State this week, and then UNLV plays San Diego State this weekend.
Yeah, so
Saturday, yeah.
UNR plays tonight, I think.
Yeah,
at
it's
8.
tonight. Yeah, you're right.
Of course, they'll be watching the Husky game instead, but you know.
Oh, Huskies play tonight? I
Utah. We've got 4 games left at home for the seniors.
Oh,
so
okay.
now is the big stretch, and then the Pac-12 tournament will be here in Las Vegas at T-Mobile,
Oh, okay.
starting like the following weekend, so like the
Oh, okay.
16th of March, something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes.
I think I'll be here for the tournament. You're not going anywhere, are you?
what
You're gonna be gone.
for the tournament? No,
Yeah,
I'll be
you're gonna
here.
be here, right? Okay,
Yeah, and then
I'll be here
also
too.
the Pac-12 women's tournament is here the week before. So,
Oh, okay.
I think that's in. I feel like it's the end of February already. February goes like this fast.
Right.
Like, boom, we're done.
Right.
And now it's March. So no, their tournament is I think like the first full week of March, like the 7th, 8th, 9th, something like that.
Okay. Before we make our call to Hollywood.
Well, yeah, we forgot about the. Did
the
you watch?
women's.
Well, no, but did you watch the All-Star Weekend though? Did you
I
see
just
Asia?
I saw Asia. She was one of the judges for the dunk contest.
Shout out to Asia Wilson.
Shout out to
our
her
rookie,
representing.
our
Yeah.
MVP
I
rook is.
love her.
Well, she can't even be a rookie anymore. She's like a sophomore.
Yeah.
But she came out and she not only helped the celebrity team win,
Yeah.
her celebrity team win, the home team. It was amazing.
Shout out to Quavo too, because he's a baller again
Yeah.
for the second time.
And even
in a
what's
row.
the other guy's name? I don't even
Yeah.
know. Famous Los? I don't even know who that
I
is.
don't know who
But
that
he
is.
was MVP. He was good.
I barely know that rapper everybody's talking about. Blue something?
Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably has facial tattoos and everything. Who knows?
You know what I'm talking about, Quan? Blue, what's his name? Got the Thotty song, Thotty something. If you guys know, I mean, I like the
It's
song.
something. It's
But it's
something
blue
like
something.
that. Yeah.
Blue fish, one fish, red fish.
He said blue
Two
fish,
fish.
one fish, 2 fish.
I don't know.
Oh, that's
So free
hilarious.
agency started, right?
Well, free agency started,
For
but
the-
so yeah, and then Asia Wilson also helped judge that All-Star the dunk contest, which was cool. I really enjoyed seeing her and some of the others, like I think 2 or 3 other women from WNBA that took part in the celebrity game. It was amazing. There was a.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to be PC real
Yeah.
quick. There was a small person. Is that PC that played in the celebrity game?
Yeah.
And watching his little legs.
Oh yeah, the little person.
Because
yeah.
he was
He's
flying
fast.
down court. I was like,
I
who
saw
is
highlights.
this guy?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
fast.
It just made me giggle because I just couldn't. What?
I'm not giggling about that.
What?
Let me giggle about my update that Zion Williamson just tore through his shoe 36 seconds into the game because.
How do you do that? Look at Barack in the back screen. He's behind you. Barack's right behind you. I know.
Barry's
Did
my
you feel it?
homeboy.
Did you
Barry's
feel
my
it?
homeboy.
Did you feel
That's
it?
my homeboy Barry back there. He's got my back. But he ripped through his shoe
No,
after
he didn't.
slipping, I guess, and tearing through the shoes 36
Like, what do you
seconds into the
slip
game.
on right now during that?
He's just nervous. That Indiana and Purdue game got brutal.
I saw
Like they
that.
were scrapping on the court. Like not.
Really?
It was like a football basketball thing. Like they literally were like,
Oh.
because that's a rivalry team too. So that was an interesting.
Yeah, and the Hooters haven't been really all that lately.
No, but they was trying to fight tooth and nail like we are. You know what I mean?
I cannot.
And real quick on that Zion thing, he got hurt because he
got
hasn't
hurt?
he hasn't been in since that happened.
What?
So
Watch Scout Carolina. Here it goes.
That's what I'm talking about. with
Vegas
these
sports
books.
books, man. They got ties and everything.
And speaking of that, with the sports
Yeah.
books and stuff, ESPN is about to put a little docuseries about the NBA ref that was fixing
I see
the
that.
NBA game. Yeah.
Sly son of a bitch.
But there's a few of them that, and I feel like low key that might be something kind of still going on a little bit because you look
Okay.
at the point spreads or a half a point. Something's up. Like I don't know.
Yo,
You gotta look into it.
I can't.
You gotta investigate that stuff. So again, guys, we got Mr. Marquel Martin
Yes.
from CAA Combat, former UNLV running rebel, former Bachelorette
Yes.
contestant to Andy.
Yes.
He will be talking to us a little bit sooner than
So
later.
if there's any questions,
you got time.
put it in the group chat that we've shared on Facebook. You can ask us some questions for him. One thing that I thought was funny though, because we know the whole Manny Machado getting signed, right?
Oh yes.
Well, remember back to like last week, I said that what's the over/under of either the Raiders getting a home or Bryce Harper getting signed?
You still have that bet.
There's been some speculation they're going to stay in the Coliseum still, the Raiders, but there hasn't been anything official yet.
I heard another rumor that they were trying to go as far as, I can't remember now.
Something sly happened though, because I woke up this morning, Bleacher Report had the story, and I clicked on it, and it was like, oh, link can't be found, and I was like, ooh, somebody spilled the beans.
They were saying that they were going to go somewhere totally out of state.
But it was 2019 and possibly 2020.
That's what I read. Yeah.
So you're not going to have me here?
Right.
So we're not ready yet? Is that what you're saying?
Right.
That'll be major.
Can we talk about this Jussie Smollett thing real quick?
Please talk about it, because I've been so
they're about to call
confused.
Hollywood, but now they're charging him as a suspect.
They've officially charged him?
They've officially charged him as a
What's
suspect for
going
filing
through
a
your
false
head?
Then they said that they're charging him with disorderly conduct or something with the police investigation.
Here's my thing: is if
I was with him.
But
I
listen,
was really
there
believing
too.
him.
But here's the if it comes out where he's like, oh, you know what? It's my mental health. I don't want you to take a
No, don't say that.
Because people
Don't say that.
They'll be
Don't say
quick.
that as
They'll
an
be
excuse.
So
Don't
quick
use
to
that as
an
an excuse, because that's
excuse.
not fair to people
It's
that do
not
have
fair
the mental
at
health
all.
illness.
But the thing is, how is it that you're on syndicated tele?
You talk to Robin Roberts.
Hello?
Who lies in front of Robin?
Who lies like this? Period. Who hires people to come attack you?
Well, then they showed surveillance about them, like the guys, the Nigerian guys going to get like
Can we
the
talk about the
mask
Nigerian
and
guys though?
Oh, how buff and
Cut their arms.
in every picture of them, they're shirtless.
They're shirtless. Like, is that supposed to mean anything? Like, what are you trying to tell me? Stare at them harder? Okay, sure, thank you, I will.
Let's not get distracted
Sorry.
by the case. By seeing their
I don't know what he was thinking. And I feel like it's...
I was with him. Like, I really was trying to get... I was not
Will
trying
he
to
be on
dismiss
Power if it comes down to he did it?
Well, they've already, like, low-key Empire, like, the producers and all
Yeah,
that said that they were not going to write it. They weren't trying to write him off the show, first of all. But then they said on TMZ, which is such a reliable source,
But it kind of
that
is.
that they were going to cut some of his scenes, or they already did. Some of his scenes were, like, his scenes were cut and they were shortened and that kind of thing.
Oh, man. I don't know what
And
goes
because
through
the
your
season's
mind.
wrapping up, it's subjective if he even comes back. So that's the question. Are they going to... And why? I want to know the why.
What was the point? People are like, oh, maybe he was trying to go out and meet somebody and then it turned weird, or he didn't want... I don't even know where you could even be okay with that scenario. I don't even know what you would say that would make us go, oh, well, I guess I kind of... No, not at all. It's wrong. All the way wrong. That just brought
I'm so
the
disappointed.
LGBTQ community as well, like, a step back by this happening. Like, he doesn't realize that he's like a poster child, whether he
I
realizes
think it's
it or
more
not.
punitive to them than it is to blacks. I really do.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
because with them, they're always attacks. It's trans community. It's everybody on an attack with that, And for someone to, I'm hurt. I still gotta see.
See what happens.
Yeah.
It's just I can't even do.
So now it's time to make that call.
Let's
Let's call Hollywood. See what he's talking about. And then we'll talk about Tristan Thompson and Chloe and all that.
And with the Steelers.
Yes, Antonio Brown.
Le'Veon Bell.
And Le'Veon Bell. Yes. So, we are calling Mr. Marquel Martin.
Hello?
Marquel! You were speaking to
going
Mo
on,
and
Money?
Mel, Girl Chat Sports. He calls me Mo Money. So, just so you know, I am Mo Money.
Mo money,
forward.
mo money,
Going
mo money.
Right, Die hard. How you doing, Mel? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. How are you?
Thanks for having me on, ladies. I'm good. Actually just got home from work, so, the night is young, so I'm feeling good. Glad to be on.
Thank you so much for joining us. So I did give the audience and our viewers and some of our listeners on our podcast a little brief synopsis about you and how you have Vegas ties to the city.
I do.
And you were attending UNLV. What years were those that you were attending UNLV and playing for UNLV's football team? Because you were a defensive back with them. That I know.
Yes. So I started my time in Vegas in 2005. That was my freshman year. And then I finished playing ball in 2009.
Oh,
and then I finished grad school in 2011.
Oh, awesome.
And then I ultimately left, 2016. So 12 years in total.
12 years in total in Vegas with us. That gives you some roots. You're valid to be a Vegas.
But funny thing is, I'm from California.
Right.
I lived in Vegas for 12 years, and I'm sharing this right now, live. I never changed my license plate or driver's license. It was always Cali.
We will not tell the DMV at all.
So you're keeping it in Nevada then? You're keeping it in Nevada. That's good.
No, we never changed to Vegas.
Oh, you never changed to Vegas. Oh, the opposite. Oh, my God.
There are so many people that do that, though. Let me tell you, it's way more expensive out here to register.
That's true. That's true. Cali is a lot cheaper,
Exactly.
so it makes sense.
Exactly.
You were making money moves doing that. So from there, I was explaining to the audience that you had worked for the marketing team with UFC out here in Vegas locally. So you did that for how many years approximately? Just
5 years.
5 years.
Yep.
Okay, which is awesome because that gave you a lot of insight into that organization and its athletes. So tell us a little bit about that experience before we segue into where you are currently.
Yeah, for sure. So, many people or some people may know, especially people in Vegas, Vegas wasn't known for having major sports leagues until now it's just coming around, right? So UFC was the only major sport at the time that I was in college, and I was in grad school trying to get my master's in sports management. And that's where you and I met, Mo, in terms of I was working at Nordstrom
right
during my time at school, and I just wanted to get into sports. I've been in sports all my life. I played football, obviously, ran track, baseball, basketball, everything. And I just wanted to stay connected with sports. Professional sports didn't work out for me. I ended up having 4 surgeries at my time at UNLV. So I kind of knew pretty quickly that, hey, I should just probably hang up my cleats. So long story short, I ended up meeting someone who worked at the UFC while I was working and just kind of folding clothes at Nordstrom.
That's how it works.
Yeah, exactly. So I just kind of introduced myself, asked him if I can get an interview. I went through the interview process, and I originally asked for an internship, but he ended up giving me a full-time job. So
nice.
That's, so it kind of worked out. So I was able to start there in 2011, and then, started working in marketing partnerships. So essentially, trying to find sponsorship deals, to where a brand may want their logo on the canvas of the octagon and or sponsor fighters and things like that. So that was my primary role at UFC.
Awesome. And then that also is such a good jump start or springboard for you to where you are now, which is one of the hottest talent agencies in Los Angeles. I mean, you guys have Derek Jeter on your thing. You've got the Peyton Manning. You've got a wealth of clients that are just ridiculous. Oprah, I believe, too, right? And Bay, should I say Bay? You got Bay on there?
What does the office look like there on certain days?
Right.
It's funny. That's probably my highlight of being at CAA, or one of the many highlights, but certainly the most memorable in terms of I walked out of my office and I was heading to the elevator, and I was on my phone, of course, and I look up and Oprah is standing right in front of me at the elevator. And I've, in Vegas, you see all kind of celebrities, right? We're all kind of used to it, numb to it.
Right.
But Oprah's a different.
It is
Yeah,
different.
no,
Yeah,
that's
it's
completely
different.
different.
It
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
It's different. It's different.
So I kind of froze up, and that was my first time ever being like starstruck, and I was just like in awe of her, and I was just like stood there, and she said hi first, which was like awesome. She was like hi, and kind of she could tell I was just nervous or something. So I was just like, hi, how are you? And then in my mind, I'm like, I have to get on this elevator with Oprah. So, of course, the door's open. I let Oprah go first, and then she has this huge bodyguard. So I start walking in, me, Mo, like I'm confident, I'm start walking in, and the dude, he puts his arm out in front of the elevator and would not let me get on.
You have to wait
So
for
I
the
was
next
like,
one, buddy.
right, yeah, let me go
This
ahead
one's
and wait
taken,
for
sorry.
the next one. But it was the right thing to do, because I probably would have tried to sell her a book or something like that.
That is awesome. That is so awesome.
Yeah,
and your niche is in the sports division and mostly combat sports with the UFC, MMA. So it's like you kind of back into your groove, and you have some amazing clients. I mean, you just had one that just won this past weekend.
Yeah, he did. Francis Ngannou. He is an absolute
monster
specimen. Yeah, monster is the correct term for sure. But he's a gentle giant outside of the octagon, but once you get him in there, it's hard to beat him for sure. So yeah, he just recently came off a huge win against arguably the best heavyweight in UFC history, and Cain Velasquez, who is also an awesome individual, amazing athlete. So for Francis to beat him in the fashion that he did speaks to his talent and ability. And, hopefully, as his agent, we continue down the path of where he wants to be for his future, moving forward with the UFC and potentially boxing. I mean,
oh, really?
Obviously,
good.
I'm sure you girls know about, Tyson Fury, and the big news was Top Rank Boxing out there in Vegas, him signing. So there's a lot of heavyweight, or a lot of attention in the heavyweight space. So, I'll just say it here first, you never know. Maybe Francis may make a transition from MMA and get into a boxing ring someday, and face one of those guys. Because I'll tell you what, like, the guy can box as well.
Okay, you heard it here first, everyone.
Got them hands.
Got them hands. It's a possibility. Because, everybody was saying Cain. And here's the thing that's so funny about that, and I was talking to Marquel about it last night, was that you used to represent Cain Velasquez. So you had him as one of your fighters at one point.
You're like Don King.
Yeah. I was like, I'm just going to move to this. Yeah, I'm just going to go where. But,
just like Don King minus the hair.
Yeah.
I got a little bit better haircut than Don.
So that had to be an interesting meetup too. So kind of walk us through on Saturday of him getting, and I mean, literally the fight was 26 seconds. And so the commentary and me watching it, I was like, oh my God, Cain did this Looney Tunes looking split, like his knee gave out. But I know it was initially, it started from Francis's punch. As soon as he punched him, that's when that knee popped and he just started doing the splits, and the guy Francis just started going 26 seconds. Like they had just gotten in the ring, started squaring up.
I sneezed longer than that.
Right. Right.
Exactly. So yeah, it was a bit of a controversial, I guess, result, if you will, to some of the fans, because some of the fans believe that Cain, in fact, just his knee just went out. You know what I mean? And it wasn't caused by a punch. But when you look at the replay, you can clearly see that when he went in to engage with Francis caught him with a short right uppercut.
Okay.
That landed square on his chin. And once you hit that button on the chin, the body disconnects for a split second. And that's all it took, for his knee to give out. Unfortunately, it didn't land, right. It looked,
it did
really,
look
really
awkward.
bad. I hope he's all right. Yeah, but
wait, so all you gotta do is hit somebody in the chin and it's all good? I'm trying to take notes. I'm taking notes real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
Watch out, Quan.
That's
Get chin checked. Get chin checked, honey.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the only places on the body where you can't grow muscles. You know what I mean? The chin, you can't really do much for that. So, But yeah, it was an amazing fight. It was, the first major UFC event on ESPN,
Right.
one, on free to air television. So for him to be a part of such a huge day for the UFC against such a legendary opponent, we couldn't have asked for a better result. And I'm honored to represent that guy. I mean, coming from UFC, and then, I ended up at CAA, and I can share the story really quickly. I ended up CAA by just, it was just a huge blessing. I ended up actually getting let go. About 100 of our employees at UFC got let go because we were purchased by CAA's competitor, WME, at the time for $4.2 billion, which was the largest, deal to date. And so because of redundancies, right, they let us all go. And thankfully, someone mentioned my name to CAA, and they said, hey, we heard a lot of good things about you, and we'd love for you to kind of, grow our combat sports division. So to be able to sign a guy, like Francis, and have the success that, he's had, and a lot of my other fighters that I brought on has had, has just been an amazing journey for me. So it's humbling and exciting for sure.
That's awesome, Kels. That really is. I mean, I'm proud of you personally. I just think that it's an amazing accomplishment for you. Yes.
Thank you.
So, Mel's mom, and I didn't want to bring this up, but we're going to bring it up real quick before we let you go.
Let's do it.
She's a fan of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette.
Uh-oh, Mama Mel?
Mama Doreen, she will tell me to get off the phone when she's watching one of those shows, even though she has DVR, knows how to use it. Yeah, so right now she's probably like, oh, wait, which one is that? And is Googling right now as we speak.
Yes. So
is she currently watching? Like, is this her first season, or she's
she's been watching. Bachelor? Yeah. So if I mention your name now, she'll be like, oh, wait, what?
Yeah, she'd be excited. She'd be excited.
If she could call in right now, she'd probably be calling it.
She probably would. But we have to get you in here when you come back to Vegas. I don't know when that is, but we would love when we have some time to sit down and have you in the studio and talk with us some more and create links.
But one quick question,
I would love that.
What do you feel like the George St. Pierre announcement for the retirement's going to happen, or do you think he'll take that fight, or think there'll be a fight then with Khabib?
No. So I'm part of his management team as well. We represent George St. Pierre, and he obviously is one of, if not the greatest mixed martial artists of all time.
Oh yeah, hands down.
And with the current state of UFC, there's a lot of different moving parts. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And who's fighting who, and there's interim titles and things like that. Me, and this following comment is not to reflect CAA or anything or my position. I'm kind of taking myself out and just kind of being a fan.
Mm-hmm.
George has earned the right to want to or aspire to fight the individual that he wants to fight, right?
Okay.
And that being Khabib, right? It makes all the sense of in the world. Khabib's undefeated. G is the greatest of all time, and it will be a huge mega fight. So as a final send-off, that's something that George wanted to have, but unfortunately negotiations didn't go the way that both parties, and I'm talking about Khabib and us, would have loved for them to go. But it's not terrible. I mean, he's very, very happy with just kind of hanging it up and just enjoying time, just being retired. He's earned it. He's had a long career. I think he has the second most fights in UFC history.
Wow.
So I saw Khabib make a comment saying that he would love to the honor to fight George in November if he were to push his retirement back.
Right.
Okay.
But again, that's kind of out of the fighter's hands, right? That doesn't have anything to do with George. That's Dana White and the UFC brass over there to kind of make that call. So, but yeah, the official announcement will be tomorrow. Hope you're able to check it out.
Okay.
It's kind of bittersweet, for everyone, I think, but I think to go out in the way that you choose as an athlete, I'm always a fan of that.
That's
that's the way to do it in sports. So I got nothing but respect and love for George. He's an awesome, awesome human being, and I'm happy for him.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And real quick, before we let you go, because we ask every guest, who's your team for basketball?
Okay. Yeah, that's easy. I'm a diehard Laker fan. My dad's first cousin is Michael Cooper. You know what I mean? So it's in my blood. Literally, I can't. I grew up on KCal 9. I'm a Cali kid, SoCal. So that's my basketball squad. And my favorite athlete of all time is Kobe Bryant.
Kobe, yes, Kobe Bryant.
All right, thanks for talking to us, Marquel.
We're not done. And for football,
what you want to challenge me on that? I can go all day.
Well, we'll have to do it when we get
Kobe
you in the
watched
studio.
tapes while he was in Italy of who? Michael Jordan. Thank you.
Well,
Anyway.
Michael Jordan is in a league of his own. Like,
yes, absolutely.
Michael Jordan doesn't count in all. You know what I mean? Like, of course he's the GOAT in basketball for sure.
Okay.
But after that, it's Kobe Bean, in my opinion.
Yeah. And
but
then
again, for the studio, let's save it for the studio because
Yes.
I would love this.
We gotta have you
your
in here.
platform.
We're boxing
to
it
be
out.
able to share my rant. Because
Yes.
I rant. On
I know you do.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And then football. I don't have one.
Mm-hmm.
However, as soon as the Raiders come on, I'm jumping on the bandwagon. And here's why. I'll give you a quick story. So when I grew up in Cali, the Raiders were no longer in LA.
Right.
So I didn't have a football team, even though I played football, all my life. I
Right.
just followed players and things like that. However, my older brothers grew up with the LA Raiders and things like that. So I have a Raiders family for sure.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, and then I feel like it's okay to be a bandwagon because I spent 12 years in Vegas, and now that they're coming to Vegas, Vegas is my second home.
Right.
So I feel it right. I don't feel like too sleazy about that.
But why wouldn't you be a Rams fan or a Chargers fan
Or a
now? I mean,
Seahawks
I'm just
fan
saying.
like
Rams,
Melissa.
I still see the greatest show on turf. I still see Kurt Warner. I still see Steven Jackson. You know what I mean? I can't get St. Louis Rams out of my head.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just hard. Even like the Chargers. You know what I mean? Like, to me, they're still San Diego.
They never had
Chargers.
any fans to begin
Right.
with. So.
They should have came to Vegas, honestly, and the Raiders should have gone to LA. That's my opinion. That should have been a better fan base.
That's a whole other
I
story.
agree.
And show.
Yeah. But Kels,
That's another story.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're dope, and I really appreciate you taking your time. I know you're busy being this agent now.
Super agent.
Super agent. I'm doing air quotes to be sarcastic, but no, you are a super human being. You're a super agent. You were Andy's fan. The fans loved you on The Bachelorette, and I have to just throw that out there real quick.
Yes.
And I was your number one fan before all of that, anyway.
You
But
were. Yeah.
you gotta just let me know though. Let us know where can they find you as far as on the IG and stuff, where we can have people follow you now.
Okay.
What's your
Okay.
IG? Can you?
So you can follow me on Instagram at Marquel_Martin.
Okay, perfect.
And that's also my Twitter name. I'm never on Twitter. I'm never on Facebook. I'm not very tech savvy, so I'm one of those people who is just on Instagram, and sometimes I'll feed everything to my other channels through Instagram. But yeah, that's where you can find me. So thank you for the love. Yeah, no,
we can't wait to
I
have
really,
you here.
Really appreciate you guys have me. Yeah, I can't wait to be in studio. But before I do, Mo, I got to get an outfit. You know what I mean? For the studio.
Absolutely. So, you know where to find me. You know where to find me. So, and if it has to be the Cookie Monster T-shirt, I got you, because he's a big chocolate chip cookie guy. He loves cookies. So you can rock the Cookie Monster T-shirt, and when we come in, real quick,
have you tried the mint Oreo cookies?
Yeah, mint Oreo.
Yes. So I don't know if you ever tried
I
Girl
haven't
Scout
tried those.
cookies, the mint Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, the
but,
Thin Mints.
Right, but the Oreo mint
I'm not a
cookies
big
taste
fan.
exactly the same.
Really?
But I'm not a fan of
Listen.
mint. I'm not a huge fan. I gotta say.
He's not.
Yes,
He's like a
no.
chocolate chip cookie or different flavored
Chocolate chip.
cookies.
Chocolate
And
chip are the bomb.
Yeah.
yeah. And he actually had a mini
So
cookie
actually,
business
I'll
in
bring-
between.
Yep.
So
We'll bring
have
some
my own
cookies.
cookie business.
Let's
I'll
break
some
cookies. Let's
I'll bring
break
some
cookies.
Cookies and I'm not sure if you guys drink or whatever, but I may bring some wine. You know,
Chop
just
it
to,
up.
you
we
know,
got this
make it
beautiful
happen.
table with these
studio
nice
service.
coasters. We just gotta be careful with the wine, but we can do it.
Thank
love
you
it.
so much, Marquel.
I can't wait. Thank you, ladies, for having me. It's an honor. I love what you guys are doing. You know what I mean? I'm a full supporter, and I can't wait to come see you guys in the studio.
Oh, we
Yay,
look
thank
forward to it, and thank you so much for taking the time and giving us some tidbits because this is great. So, and keep on doing it. Keep on doing it, brother. Keep on doing
Much
it.
love. Much love. All right.
Always peace and love.
Talk to you later.
Ciao,
All right.
Have a great
ciao,
night.
Ciao.
You too.
Hey,
Hey.
UNC is up 42-32.
Is Zion playing?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Vegas sports books, man.
Lucy.
He's out for the rest of the game.
He's out for the rest of the game. Lucy.
Yeah, crazy.
Ooh.
So real quick, the
Molly,
Steelers.
you in danger, girl.
Where's all those Steeler fans at today?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just curious.
I'm
'cause
very curious about that
if you're
too.
gonna lose Antonio,
Right.
and Le'Veon,
Right.
Granted, I love Juju. I
like Juju Smith too.
But what else are we doing?
What are they going to do?
Where are they gonna go?
I want to know where they're going to. Raider
I want
Nation.
Antonio in Seattle. I'm just saying.
I want Antonio in Las Vegas. And it'd be
Le'Veon,
nice if he-
Le'Veon can come to Las Vegas.
No, I want Antonio.
They need a new running back. Raiders need a
We
running
need to
back.
do everything. So I mean, we could take Le'Veon too. We could take Le'Veon too.
I can't though. I just
I think this is a good move for both of them, though.
definitely. I think we need to get out of that city.
Yeah.
I couldn't live there. There's no,
No
way,
way.
I could
It's
live
too
there.
cold.
And even like people like so the Bryce Harper situation. I know to jump back real quick
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the White Sox general manager and the owner was pissed off
That
that Machado
Machado-
went to the
yep,
Padres. And
yep.
I'm thinking like, who wants to go to Chicago? Well, I mean, the weather, the crime right now. Like I told one of my friends, there's no way moving to Chicago.
And you know that White
Why?
Sox owner is the Bulls owner too, so he's cheap.
And they
as
all
get up,
crazy.
But and they're crazy. He's crazy.
And that weather right now, did you not see what they happened this year?
The
It was
Arctic
like
freeze
negative
was-
40 degrees. Yeah, I'm not playing in that.
No.
Ain't no money worth
No.
that. Mm-mm.
But
So, yeah.
he doesn't
So
need
he's
to do
gonna be
that.
in San Diego
Yeah.
where there's oceans everywhere.
You didn't see the video of the little kid that was trying.
Hilarious. The
Yeah, it's
Yankees
about the
kid.
Yankees kid.
But then he turned his hat back and was like, "I'm for real." Like
Yeah,
he was
he was
legitimately
serious.
giving his take
Yes.
on the baseball.
He did not want Machado coming.
But here's the deal. Here, child, as a Yankees fan, you should know this because he mentioned how that you don't want to have your
Tom Brady-
rivalry come to your team. Like you don't want the Tom Brady to go
You
to
go
the
to Dol-
Jets,
the Jets or Dolphins, and I'm
right.
like,
Well, my thing is, guess what? Who do
Yeah.
you think brought A-Rod to the Yankees?
Right.
Who do you think brought Tony Martinez to the Yankees?
Yeah, right.
That was the Mariners, and those were
Mhm.
our competition was the Yankees, and yet you're
Tell
getting our
him now.
players. I'm just saying, like
Preach,
that kid
honey.
was wrong. Somebody, father figure, needs to tell him a couple things about sports.
But I think he was 10, so when the 10-year-olds
It don't
really
matter.
don't have no facts like that, who's really checking for the 10-year-old?
I was checking for the 10-year-old. Because that 10-year-old has a father that probably thinks he knows everything about everything.
He heard his dad, or he heard a drunk uncle say something, and he ran into his room.
It might just be that I just don't like
And
Yankee
Vince's.
fans, period.
Hey, I'm with you on that.
So
I'm with you on that all day.
I can't even. Shout out to you that joined in today. Stephanie joined in.
Oh, hi,
Andre
Steph.
was in here.
Hey, Dre.
We had some others. I can't even scroll right now. My computer's acting up.
Oh,
But
okay.
I've been sitting over here. I've got these like mosquito bites all up and down my arm, and they don't.
I forget about that in the South, the mosquito
Listen,
bites.
that's part of
Ugh.
the reason why I can't move down there is because the mosquito bites, and they only come back up. Like they don't itch 24/7. It's just like when I least expect it. Like right now during a live show.
Right. Skin so soft.
Yeah.
Avon skin so soft.
Well, I use my
They're
essential
supposed-
oils.
Oh, yeah,
Take
your
care
essential
of.
oils. That's supposed to work,
Thank
too.
you. They do work.
So, Tristan Thompson, what are we going to do about him?
First of all, how about the Kardashian family? And let me talk to you about little Miss Kylie, first of all. How is your best friend going to be at your sister's husband's house or spot or whatever? Do you know what I mean?
She was the only one, Jordan Woods was the only one that was able to keep her phone, too, they said.
And you stay there till 7 in the morning?
And they had all these witnesses seeing her sitting in her
I
house.
have a song
seeing
for her.
What is it?
Hut, right, hoochie mama. You ain't nothing but a hoochie
No,
mama.
you know what? Honestly, though, I'm not mad at her. Because Kylie, how did you get Tyga again? Weren't you friends with Black China?
Listen, that whole family
It's
is
a very
messy.
incestual little group.
So
they all
messy.
mess with the best friends. But I honestly,
That's why all their
low-key-
kids look alike.
Oh, shoot. I wasn't going to say it.
Just-
But they do kind
they
of look
do
a whole
look
alike.
alike.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I feel like with Tristan
Tristan a
Thompson,
hoe.
well, I don't even think it's that so much. I think it's being that he's 6'9", and I think he always had made it very clear that he was never with this woman, and she was delusional in her mind. Because how are you out as being 6'9", very noticeable, nonchalant with other women while this girl's pregnant? I think she wanted to protect her brand and say, you know what? I don't want to look
they've
like
been
I'm
still
a
together since this issue went
because
down.
of her branding.
Listen, guess what? You'd probably get more love if you were like, oh, he's a blah, 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 blah. I'm out of here. I'm done. Because then like, they're all for her. But now you've let him back in. You're
That's her fault.
cozy.
That's her fault. Because she knew
Listen.
what it was, and he probably told her, look, I don't want to be with you. And not unfortunately, but
And
we
who
have
would
this
want?
kid.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, he seems a little off too. But unfortunately, we have this kid. But
So make it work. Co-parent.
I'm a co-parent.
You know,
but
but
it's
don't
not
be
an
back in
accepting
it.
thing. It's not an accepting thing. You know, some women, they just
Once
be
a
like, they
cheat,
can think,
always a cheat.
yeah, they think that they can change them.
No,
I don't know.
listen, I ain't changing nothing.
No, I ain't changing nothing but my clothes.
I can, you know, I'm just sitting here warm because, you know, it's always hot in the studio.
No, it
And
feels
I'm
good.
like debating getting my beanie on now or waiting because it's so cold outside. Like people think in Vegas it's so warm.
No, it's still the desert. And I don't think people
and it's cold
understand
because
that.
there's no clouds. Although today
Yeah.
it's like we're gonna walk outside now. It's gonna be snowing.
Yeah. Ooh, let
Seriously.
it snow.
Yeah. So,
Let it snow.
anyways, y'all, that was our show for today.
Oh, we got a caller. Let's take a caller.
Last
real
minute
quick.
caller.
Last minute caller. Hi guys, very hairy around my penis.
What?
Okay.
Inappropriate call. Who did that the other day? Oh, I was watching Watch What Happens Live, and Kim Zolciak had a
does
caller
that?
come through. Like he had a caller come through.
Mhm.
Andy had a caller come through for Kim Zolciak, and he says, "I'm just calling to say, Kim Zolciak, on TV you look 10 pounds smaller, but on here you're looking 10 pounds heavier. What's up with that?" So you have these unfiltered calls that come through, and she just kind of was shocked. And Eva was like,
Quan, what's that
"Bring her
number?
away."
Let's put that number on blast.
You talking about the number? I just gotta let it go. I was like,
Nah, it's a fake number because he was doing that last night.
oh, he did last night?
Yeah, he
Oh,
thinks he's funny.
lame. You ain't.
Oh, you ain't nobody.
That's why you at
Yeah.
home behind the computer,
telephone
fool.
tough guy.
Yeah, pretty
Big
much.
tough
Telephone
guy.
tough guy that wishes he had what he was talking about.
Oh, wow.
Anyway,
Shout out to when the funny thing when you talked about St. Louis and the Rams, all I could think about was In the Zone, Palmer, Arlington, because you
yeah.
know them boys ride hard for their St. Louis Rams.
shout out
and
to them.
They ain't done
Shout
doing
out
that.
to them.
Yeah, so that made me think of them. Shout out to you guys. Shout out
Yeah.
to Vegas Sports
For
Daily,
Daily. Yep.
to In the Zone,
Yep.
to Let the Ball Bounce, to
Unnamed
Unnamed Sports Show, our guy Quan here. You better
Goose,
have the Golden Knights
Bill.
win today.
Dre, we love you guys.
All of them.
All of them.
We love
So next week, we'll do
you.
it
Major.
again.
We can't wait. Wednesdays
wait.
are hype.
Yeah. See you guys.
New tape.